Raphinha is open to a move away from Barcelona, according to Barcelona ITKs and Spanish news outlets are linking Raphinha to a move to Arsenal. This is the 5th time this summer window I have seen Raphinha linked to Arsenal. We're going to break that down. We're also going to talk about Kingsley Coman. Who is the best option that Arsenal could bring in to strengthen their forward line? If you're new to the channel, please do go down, hit that subscribe button. The road to 20,000 subscribers is well and truly on. We are less than 100 away from 19,000. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. If we get it 1,000 likes, that would be absolutely glorious. 91% of everyone who's watched the content in August is not subscribed. What are you guys waiting for? Go down, hit that subscribe button. Match reactions, previews, analysis, topics. I will try my absolute best to cover the Premier League for you this year and the Champions League. But back to Arsenal, back to Raphinha, as well as Kingsley Coman. Now, I want to cast Arsenal's mind and a lot of your minds back to the beginning of the transfer window. The number one transfer target from a lot of Arsenal representatives, ITKs, news sources, journalists was Benjamin Sesko. Now, Benjamin Sesko did not get over the line, but what I'm going to explain will eventually come back to Benjamin Sesko. Since then, it's been Victor Gyökeres. Lots of Arsenal fans want a number 9. They want someone in the box who's a dangerous, dangerous guy, who's a killer, who can drag them over the line. And I honestly believe, it pains me to say this, but it could be Arsenal's year this year. If they bring in a forward of Raphinha, maybe Kingsley Coman, maybe Gyökeres or Osimhen, who knows? But Arsenal have been linked to a number 9. Now, last season, Arsenal scored 91 Premier League goals. Only 4 or 5 less than Manchester City. In all competitions, they scored north of 120. So goal scoring is not Arsenal's weakness. I think it comes down to 2 things. 2 very, very specific things. And what I think they are, at times, is a mentality in the dressing room and real strong squad depth in the key areas. Now, one of those key areas is Bukayo Saka. Now, Kingsley Coman links are coming out. Barcelona are looking at him as well. Could this potentially be a 3-way piece? Bayern Munich sell Kingsley Coman to Barcelona. Barcelona then sell Raphinha to Arsenal, and Arsenal get rid of Reece Nelson to somewhere else. It could be another domino transfer merry-go-round, which we've seen. Now, Rashid Rahman, who, according to lots of people on the socials, is a very strong, reliable Barcelona ITK. He covers Barcelona team news, Barcelona transfer news, anything Barcelona related. He's pretty much bang on the money. And he says Barcelona is open to hearing offers for Raphinha. Now, this got me thinking, do Arsenal really want a striker this window? Victor Gyökeres, Victor Osimhen, Ivan Toney? Or are they going to bring in a wide player and then next summer go out and break the bank for a Benjamin Sesko? Benjamin Sesko would have another year experience under his belt at RB Leipzig. Fabrizio Romano has said once that Marino deal is done, Arsenal will then move forward to sign a forward. I think that the Marino deal, like I said, it's dragging its heels a little bit, but it will get materialised and it will be finalised, and he will be an Arsenal player in the coming days. Now, let's talk about that front line. On the left, you got Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli. Up front, you got Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus. On the right, it's Bukayo Saka, and the drop-off is humongous. If you bring in a Kingsley Coman or you bring in a Raphinha, does that improve Arsenal's depth? In my opinion, yes. And I'll explain to you why, because we're going to link back this. This is going to be a bit of a circle story. But when you think about Arsenal's, to a degree, mentality, do they need someone like a Raphinha who's won league titles? Do they need someone like a Kingsley Coman who's won Champions League and scored in Champions League finals? Now, what's going to be very, very interesting is Barcelona face a very, very interesting situation, because if they sell Raphinha, do they then go back in for a Nico Williams? Right. And it says Barcelona and Arsenal battle for Kingsley Coman. Bayern Munich are open to loaning Kingsley Coman out as the battle intensifies for the French winger. Arsenal are reportedly keen to sign him, and Spanish outlet Sport have put forward Barcelona's case to strike a deal. A winger is a top priority for the Catalans, and Barcelona have offered Coman to both PSG and Barcelona at this time. Nico Williams of Athletic Club is a top target. But should that move fail to come off, Coman is a genuine option, given coach Hansi Flick has worked with him before, and he did score the winner in the Champions League final under Hansi Flick, which is another thing to note, because he's been a big player for that manager before. That means Arsenal do not have the luxury of time if they want to land the forward, given Barcelona's difficulty in convincing Williams to quit, which leads me towards Raphinha. If you've got Raphinha on the right-hand side, strong depth, the drop-off in quality is nowhere near as significant. Premier League proven, can cut in on that left foot. Very good winger, in my opinion. Was instrumental to Barcelona's game in the Champions League, home and away in the quarterfinals against PSG. Scored 3 goals in both games. Only lost that because of Arejo got sent off. Bit of a stupid move in the end from Arejo. But Barcelona, I think, do have a good player in Raphinha. And I think Mikel Arteta's coaching methods, he's versatile. Raphinha can play on the left, can play on the right. He's fantastic running in behind. Great in 1v1 situations against defenders. Which leads me back to Benjamin Sesko. If they bring in a Raphinha and then they go and sign Benjamin Sesko next summer, that is a selection headache, which is exactly what every manager wants for Mikel Arteta. Genuinely, for me, he would be an absolute steal. An absolute steal. You're talking, for the likes of Raphinha, you're talking 50 million euros. For a player who's got Premier League experience, Champions League experience, won La Ligas, can play on the right, can play on the left, would be a very, very, very good replacement for when Bukayo Saka needs to be rested, because it's all about a squad game now. I know a lot of people say this and that about, it's about, does he start for us? Does he not start for us? It's a squad game, guys. And I genuinely think you throw Raphinha into that Arsenal team, I'm going to keep saying this, guys, but they are going to be, as Terry Flewers would say, it's scary next season. They've looked strong in pre-season. Defensively, they look extremely sound. They look like they're not going to be penetrated anytime soon. You're throwing Marino into that midfield with Rice, Odegaard, Jorginho, Partey, Fabio Vieira. The front line of Raphinha, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, Jesus, Havertz. Next season, next summer, you go out, you sprinkle the fairy dust, you put Benjamin Sesko, who would have another year under his belt in the Bundesliga, similar to what Erling Haaland did when Man United were dangling the carrot in front of him. He waited, and then you got his big move. This genuinely could be the making of Arsenal, bringing in a player like Raphinha. If Arsenal finish their window with Raphinha, Mikel Merino, and Ricardo Calafiori, it's a very, very, very strong window, in my humble opinion. Very, very strong. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you go down, hit that like button if you guys haven't already. The road to 20,000 subscribers is well and truly on. We're under 100 subscribers from 19K. And the Premier League is only 3 days away. Make sure you like. Make sure you do subscribe. and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.